What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, and I know it's been a while between me getting COVID and other life stuff getting in the way, but hopefully I'll be back to making somewhat regular content. So I've brought back a what if that I enjoyed writing and I know a lot of you enjoyed. Before we begin, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Anyways, let's get into part 2 of What If Ash and Red Were Twins. Our duo head off to the Pokemon Center within Pewter City. As they're handing Nurse Joy their Pokemon, a group of trainers hurtle around the TV. Because they don't have much to do, our trio sit down and watch what's on TV. The announcer states that today's match in the quarterfinals of the Master Tournament is the youngest of the Battle Chalet sisters, Evelyn, versus the Grandmaster from the Farum region, Alyssa. They begin with Pachirisu versus Pikachu. This is a battle of speed as both Pokemon are blitzing around the stage. Pachirisu is slightly faster, and thanks to this speed, it forces Alyssa to swap out. She brings out a Raichu that defeats the Pachirisu, forcing Evelyn to bring out Persian. This ends in a double KO, and they bring out a Primeape and a weird looking Raichu. Our heroes ask Nurse Joy why Raichu looks so weird, and she explains that Raichu evolved in the Alola region. This excites everybody knowing that Pokemon can look different depending on where they evolve. Meanwhile, on the battlefield, Primeape had just defeated Raichu. Alyssa then brings back her Pikachu, and this fight isn't too long as they both pull out their trump cards. Evelyn Dynamaxes her Primeape and orders a Max Knuckle, while Alyssa orders Pikachu to burst. It jumps up with energy surrounding it before Pikachu shoots up into the sky with a trail of lightning, and it forms a giant fist of electricity. Both fists crash for a moment before Pikachu pushes through and knocks out Primeape. Once Alyssa is declared the winner, our trio go to Nurse Joy and start asking a million questions, which overwhelm her. Red quickly realizes this and calms the other two down, telling them that they should ask one at a time. Nurse Joy thanks him and responds to Ash's question, that what they had just watched was the tournament of the Masters 8. She then goes on to explain to him what the Masters 8 and the World Coronation Series is. Ash, upon hearing that he could be claimed the strongest trainer, he wants to sign up, so he goes to call Professor Oak to see if he can get him a phone. Meanwhile, Misty asks if there's any different forms of water Pokemon, and Nurse Joy replies that she only knows of Galarian, Corsola, and Slowpoke. Misty is very dejected to hear that they lose their water typing, but she would still like to catch them. Red then questions her about the giant Pokemon and the move Pikachu used. Joy then explains the Dynamax and Gigantamax phenomenon, however she doesn't know what the move Pikachu used was. It's at this point that Ash comes back, stating that Oak will send the brothers a Rotom phone so they can sign up for the World Coronation Series. Red says that for now they should just wait for the Pokemon to be healed, and afterwards both of them can go outside to train for the gym. The following morning they head straight for the gym. Brock welcomes them and asks which one of them is his challenger. Ash says he'll go first and Red can go after him. He thinks about this for a second, but ultimately lets Ash go first, as he wants to know whether his Pokemon will be a good matchup for Brock. The gym battle begins with Brock sending out Geodude and Ash bringing out Caterpie. Geodude does make quick work of Caterpie, forcing Ash to send in his Squirtle. Ash thought this would be an easy fight, but Geodude actually puts up a good fight before getting defeated. This means by the time Brock brings out Onix, Squirtle's already pretty tired, and while it does have Water Gun, Ash's usage of the move becomes too predictable, and it doesn't take long for Onix to send it flying into a wall, knocking it out. As Brock recalls it, he tells Ash that he's not too bad and to come back when he's stronger and less predictable. Brock then walks to the back of the gym, pulls out 2 new balls, and tells Red that he'll battle him now. Red apologizes as he turns to the doors and states that he will not battle him. When Ash questions him why, Red informs him that according to the Pokédex, both Geodude and Onix are dual rock and ground. meaning that the gym leader specializes in either one of those types. Regardless, his team doesn't fare well against those types. The only one that stands a chance is Nidoran, but it's been in some sort of mood ever since it lost to Team Rocket's Nidorino. He'd rather come back and face the gym when he can stand a better chance. On their way to the Pokemon Center, Red repeats to Ash what Brock said about getting stronger. Ash states he'll become the strongest trainer ever. Hearing this, Red smiles and says that they'll both train until both of them are unstoppable. For the next 4 days, both trainers spend these days training hard. On the second day of training, a mysterious man shows up asking if they're challenging the gym. After Ash says yes, the man mumbles to himself that he really hopes Ash wins. He then tells the boys that the gym leader once had a dream that he gave up on. He hopes that by Ash defeating him, it will remind him of that dream. The man then just walks off, which confuses both of them. Regardless, they get back to training, and during one of these sessions, Red realizes that Nidoran is pushing itself too hard and isn't listening to him. So for the time being, he chooses not to use it. After the 4 days are over, they go back to challenge the gym, and this time Caterpie does stand a better chance against Geodude. But he ultimately loses, forcing Squirtle to jump in and finish the job. When Onix comes out, Squirtle uses the water rocket technique to dodge and then switch to water gun to keep its distance. Brock then explains that the water rocket is actually an aqua jet. This doesn't always work, as Squirtle sometimes doesn't even want to dodge and tries to take on Onix's attacks head on. However, Onix has taken a lot of damage and it's breathing heavily, so Brock's siblings move to stop Ash from beating him. Unfortunately for them, they're too slow as Squirtle finishes off Onix with a water gun. Ash is declared the winner and Brock hands him the Boulder Badge. Red then speaks up asking if he had a dream he had given up on. Brock embarrassingly says that yeah, he did have one before. He once wanted to become a great Pokemon breeder but can't because he needs to look after his siblings. It's at this point that the mysterious man from earlier walks in and reveals to everybody that he is Brock's dad. Flint says that he's willing to stay behind and actually look after his kids, allowing Brock to travel and follow his dreams. Brock is very hesitant at first, but agrees to go follow his dreams. Red suggests for him to travel with them. Since Ash and Misty don't really have anything against this, he joins the group. When Argane returns to the Pokemon Center, it's revealed that the finals in the Masters 8 is between the Orange League Supreme Gym Leader Drake versus the current Monarch and ex-champion of Galar, Mustard. Despite Drake having a really hard time at the beginning, he's able to bring Mustard down to his last Pokemon. The final battle is between Drake's Dragonite and Mustard's Corviknight. Both trainers have them go big, and Corviknight finishes off the job with a G-Max win rage. After Mustard's declared the winner, he announces his retirement. This means that next season, the title of Monarch will be up for grabs. The following morning, the quartet head to Mount Moon, and deep within the mountain, they see a Clefairy being attacked by a bunch of Zubats. Ash and Misty quickly pull out their Pokemon to defeat them. Both Brock and Red try to catch one, but something stops their Pokeballs from actually capturing them. Brock states that if they can't catch them, they must belong to someone else. Brock then helps heal the Clefairy and notice a string with a moonstone around its neck. Misty questions why someone would attack a Clefairy like this, and almost like if it was on cue, a few Team Rocket grunts appear. Red starts getting mad, asking what they want now, and one of the grunts smiles and arrogantly says, "Hey kids, hand over that moonstone, your Pokemon, and no one has to get hurt." Clefairy hides in fear behind Ash's leg, to which he tells the Team Rocket grunts that the moonstone belongs to Clefairy and no one's gonna take it. All of our heroes and the grunts pull out their Pokemon, they do battle, and Brock quickly realizes that if this continues, the tunnel will collapse. Red and Ash use Caterpie and Weedle's string shot to create a thick web so the grunts can't follow them. While traveling deeper into Mount Moon, they encounter our Team Rocket trio complaining about having to do something so low like protecting this nerd instead of going out there and catching Pokemon. The scientist says that he found the fossils that they were looking for. It's at this point that they notice the twerps. After Team Rocket recites their motto, Ash and Misty hold them off off while Brock and Red go to stop the scientist. Team Rocket eventually blast off like usual, and it's at this point that the gang find the fossils Team Rocket had dug up. Our heroes decide to take them since Team Rocket won't really be needing them, and ultimately it's decided that Brock and Misty are gonna be the ones who take them. Brock takes the one on the left and Misty takes the one on the right. On their way out of Mount Moon, Brock catches himself a Sandshrew and Ash catches the Clefairy who has been helping them travel through Mount Moon. Heading down Route 4, Misty tries to convince the others to go to Vermilion City instead, but Ash is pretty dead set on going to Cerulean City first. Misty ends up leaving the group as soon as they enter the city, and Brock does the same as he wants to check something out. As the Ketchum twins make their way to the gym, they're stopped by Officer Jenny. She accuses them of being the ones who robbed a man earlier, but after showing their Pokédexes, she apologizes for accusing them. Red is curious about this, but they continue down to the gym. Unfortunately for them, the gym is closed because of a live performance that is going on. Ash bangs on the door to let him in, but it doesn't get him anywhere. After Red manages to calm him down, they go explore the city and find out that they have a stadium. Since there's a baseball game gonna happen soon, the twins decide it's worth wasting their time until they can challenge the gym. The game is between two teams, the Magikarp and the Electabuzz. During the game, Ash ends up getting into a pretty heated argument with one of the Electabuzz fans, but nothing really comes of it. After the game is over, they hear that the gym is now open. Red decides not to follow Ash as he wants to check something out first. Ash is confused but goes to the gym anyways, where he finds the Cerulean sisters and challenges them to a fight. The sisters explain that their Pokemon are too tired from the show to battle, so instead they'll just give him a badge. Ash is seriously thinking about taking one, however Misty intervenes saying that she'll battle for them. Ash agrees to a 3-on-3 gym battle. They begin with Caterpie and Goldeen. This battle is pretty lackluster as both Pokemon struggle to really do anything impressive. Caterpie is trying his best to hit Goldeen, and Goldeen is just a fish. Regardless, it ends when Caterpie wraps up Goldeen in a string shot and sticks her to the wall. Misty Staryu then comes out and quickly takes care of Caterpie. And Ash's strategy with Clefairy is to just keep using Metronome. And the strategy ends when eventually Metronome gives it self-destruct, which takes out both Pokemon. Their final two mons are Squirtle and Starmie. This fight takes place entirely underwater, thanks to both of them being great swimmers. Thankfully, Squirtle is able to use Water Gun to throw Starmie out of the water and finish it off with an Aqua Jet. Ash is then given the Cascade Badge, at which point Team Rocket interrupts. Ash and Misty, working together, are able to send them packing for like the 4th time now. When leaving the gym, Brock rejoins them, and a little later they find Red. Ash arrogantly shows off the badge to Red and asks where he's been. Red explains that he went looking for the robber that Officer Jenny told him about, and it turned out to be a Team Rocket member. The man was so excited to get his stuff back that as a reward he was given a TM, and his Weedle also evolved into Kakuna. Brock questions if he's gonna challenge the gym here, and he says no, for the same reason as the previous gym. And that's where we're going to be leaving it off for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I've enjoyed writing it. And hopefully, if life doesn't get in the way, I can keep my schedule of uploading a part for this What If, specifically, every other week. Only time will tell. Remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.